If you love talking about cats, but your friends and family are kind of over it, this is the podcast for you. Join your hosts, Danielle Stray Woolley and Elizabeth Calico Gearhart, on the Jersey Podcats, where everyday cat lovers share funny stories, challenging situations, and ask their questions about cats. All right, let's get right into this episode.
Hi, everybody. I'm Danielle Woolley and Thor.
And I'm Elizabeth Gearhart, and we are the Jersey Podcats.
We're in a silly mood because my cats are being extra silly today.
Yeah, the cats have really shown up for this.
Yeah. And I'm actually wearing earrings today that look like Thor. The same ones I wore last episode, just because Thor is currently stalking down my other cat, Loki, who just jumped up above my head into the shelf so that Thor leaves him alone. But that's not why we're here today. I mean, that's why Thor's here today, but that's not why we're here today. We have been finding some funny stories in the news, and it's some that I haven't heard of before. But then when I go to pull them up, apparently they were viral at some point, and I guess I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know, Elizabeth, have you heard of any of these that I'm about to share?
No, I had not. So fire away. Let's hear them. I'm interested.
So the first one that I found, and the reason why this got my attention, is because we had that episode where we spoke about the importance of having a plan and like leaving your pets in your will if anything were to happen to you. Well, this woman in Florida, I love the stories that start with Florida, by the way. She left $13 million fortune to her cat. And this is back in 2011. And the other reason I'm wearing these I keep wanting to say glasses, but I do love my glasses. The reason I'm wearing these earrings too is because if you look up the story, it's from 2011. This cat looks like the earrings I'm wearing right now too.
Oh yeah, black cat with big green eyes.
Yeah. So it was a 4-year-old stray cat that she rescued.
Wow.
From the streets of Rome, has inherited a $13 million fortune. How crazy is that?
Well, it's a rags to riches, but it maybe would have been better if it was a kid or person. I mean, cats really don't care how much money we have.
Well, it's funny because actually this isn't the one I thought it was. I got my stories mixed up. This isn't Florida. This was in Italy.
Oh.
And actually, which makes it even cooler to me. But it says that she had initially instructed her attorneys to identify an animal welfare association or a group to leave her estate to. And she was picky about the ones. So she said that she was not satisfied with the associations that were chosen. So she decided to leave all her money to the cat via her nurse. So there's a life goal for nurses out there. Find someone with a lot of money that has cats and talk to them about having an estate planning to leave their money to them.
So then I wonder what happens the cat must have passed by now. I wonder what happened to the money then. Probably went to some sort of charity, right?
Well, it's interesting. And I think I want to have someone come back on and talk about this, because the one that I thought I had found from Florida, so we'll have to talk about that another time. I didn't have that one queued up. But apparently they contested it because the way that the estate was set up wasn't correct. It was only until the point of the house was sold. And then after that, a small percentage of that money wound up going to the people who adopted and cared for the cats.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's all bizarre.
It is. Yeah. I mean, my daughter has said she will take my cats when I meet my maker, which is a scary thought, but she's probably going to get, she'll get an inheritance from us anyway. So she'll get paid for it. I mean, if I passed before Richard would keep the cats because even though he's not.
Otherwise you'd haunt him.
I'd haunt him, but he's not going to go out and get a cat, but he does like the cats we have. So.
Well, the coolest part of this article that I thought was that it says that this cat, the stray cat, was at the time that this article was written, was only the 3rd wealthiest pet.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, there's 2 other wealthier pets out there. And guess what kind of animal that the second wealthiest pet was?
A giraffe?
You're not far off.
Really?
Kalu the chimp.
Oh
my owner left him $80 million.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, dogs get everything. Dogs were first with $372 million to the top dog named Gunther the Fourth. He was a German Shepherd.
Aw.
So this is what I do when I want to distract my brain. I'm like, let's look up some silly stories because how funny are these?
I know. Well, you know, we should strive to become millionaires and billionaires, Danielle, so we have something to leave to our cats.
I could think of other ways to use the money, but sure.
Well, I mean, we spend so much money on them now, and they don't even care, right?
Well, that's funny because I feel like I say that's funny because all the time, but get over it. That's one of my phrases, I guess. So I was just saying and threatening actually my cats yesterday that I was going to stop feeding them wet food because they've gotten to a point where they're being snobby again. So for a while, I finally got them all eating the same type and just a couple different flavors. But now they act like they're starving and then I open it up and then they don't want them. So I was like, fine, then I'll give these to cats who care. I'll give it to the poor cats outside and you can't have it.
Mine are doing that too. And it's really frustrating. And even Max is like a little bowling ball. He's gotten so fat because of that story, but he likes the dry food. But yeah, he turns his nose up at food all the time. It's like, this is the starving kitten I got off a farm in Kentucky. And now he's like so picky. But
send it back to the chef. I want something new.
Yeah, I think part of Max's thing, and I've said this before, is he likes to be like the other cats. So he follows their lead. And of course, Lily, like she does the weirdest thing. She backs away from the food. Like I'll give her food and she'll back away from it. And then she'll go back up and sniff it. Like, I don't know what she went through before we got her. So maybe she was trying to catch something and it bit her or something. I don't know. But yeah, so he follows the other cat's lead. So now they're turning their nose up. So I don't even know what to buy for them anymore, Danielle, because it's like I've kind of gone through all the food there is at the Stop and Shop. I don't know.
Yeah, I switched back to what they were eating before. We'll see if that helps. It's just when you think you have it all figured out and I have my day like all set, like they got exactly this. And actually last time I went away and my friends were watching the cats, they were teasing me because of my instructions. You're like, oh, so-and-so gets a half of a this and so gets a half of a that. And I was like, but if I don't do it that way, then the food goes to waste. But now they're all just like,
I know. It's crazy. Well, when Checkers was alive, there was this one food that she just loved. And I would have to, if they ran out of it at the store, I'd have to go to multiple stores, etc. And then one day
they were just like, meh.
I'll never eat it again. No, she would never eat it again.
So something I didn't look into, because like I said, this was just like yesterday, is I was going to look to see if maybe the ingredients changed. That's like the only other thing I could think of is maybe they switched the ingredients around on the food. So they need to, get used to it more. I have no idea.
But I'll try to give Max, for instance, chicken. All the cats, all three cats, I'll try to give them home cooked chicken that I cooked them, eating myself. And Max always wants to know what we're eating. And they don't want that.
So I'm going to say something. We're going to run a test right now. So Thor, who's yawning in the background right now.
Yeah.
Thor.
Oh, he looked at you.
Ready? You know what he loves?
What?
Turkey.
Oh.
Look at his head.
His face popped up. Well, that reminds me of a story about Checkers.
He loves it.
Oh.
Loves turkey.
So Checkers loved turkey. And so the first Thanksgiving that we had, we gave her all the turkey she could eat. And she got so full, she went under the dining room table and just passed out. She never liked turkey again.
I was going to say, she's like,
She gorged herself on turkey. She was such a cute cat. But anyway, I guess I'm talking about Checkers because the last episode we just did, we were talking about cats that we still have a connection with, even though they've passed.
Yeah. If, random question. So I know I don't want to keep talking about if we pass away, but like, what would be something other than money that you would leave to each of your cats? Like, is there something that like each of them loves that's like specific to them?
Max loves this one blanket. So Max would get the blanket. Lily would get to go outside. She loves to go outside. And and Kushi would get a pillow. He loves sleeping in my pillows. What about you?
Let's see. Thor would get Loki because he's obsessed with him. Tony has a blanket too. My friend got me a blanket that has like cute little cats on it that I put in the back of the couch. It's his blanket now. Nobody else has it. Let's see. Derek, he would get, I have one of those window cling things that has like a hole in the middle they can go into. He's always on that. So he would get that. And Loki would get twisty ties. He loves twisty ties and lives right like if you wheel them up and throw them, he'll go catch them and then he'll pull them apart again.
Yeah. Oh, Max would get a little bowl of water too, because I have a couple bowls of water for them, but I have one little bowl, and he actually fell asleep with his face on the edge of the bowl.
Oh yeah, you sent me that. That was cute.
Picture.
Well, I'll post it. I'll share it in the community.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah. So yes, they do miss us when we're gone. So that's one reason to keep coming home. Of course, Richard loves his creature comforts at home too. He's like, I don't even want to travel anymore because it's so uncomfortable.
Well, that reminds me of a shirt I saw. It said, "Don't mind." Sorry, can't come. I'm an inside cat, or something like that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, and thank you for the jam, by the way. So, Dan, we had somebody on. Remind me of her name, Amy, who
Amy's
makes her
garden jam.
Yeah, Amy's garden jam, and Danielle sent me a thing of strawberry jam for my birthday. Very, very good. Highly recommend it.
Sundae jam, like ice cream sundae in a jar.
Yeah, it was very good. I highly recommend it. So
I'm glad.
Yes, thank you. And she sent me earrings that look just like checkers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, and the earrings, and I know we keep mentioning them, but they were part of a fundraiser for Tommy's Cats too. So I'll put that in the comments. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called. I could do this. Oh, Steph's Crafting Bits on Etsy. If you place an order, they have cat and dog themed jewelry. And if you put Tommy's Cats in the comments, she'll donate 10% back to the rescue.
Oh, and the holidays are coming up, so that
we're doing a lot of fundraisers right now. If I can give a quick plug, we're also doing a candle fundraiser. You can live anywhere. It is the yummiest smelling and nicest smelling for the non-food flavors and scents candles, and they have car air fresheners and like bath and body like scrub type stuff and the wax melts, and it's surfsupfundraising.com. And then if you use the checkout code TNR, as in trap neuter return, they're actually giving us 40% of all sales. So we did it last year. We did pretty well. It helped us fix 6 cats from the money that we raised from it.
That's great. Yeah. Well, that made me think of my daughter-in-law who makes candles. I'll have to reach out to her and see where she's selling them and see if she what she would do. But I did want to say something about them too. So our son is coming to visit. She's having a friend, his wife is having a friend visit her. So he's going to come visit us while her friend is there, but they have to be, one of them has to be home all the time. Well, they can go to work and stuff, but they have one of their dogs. It had a bad leg, and I think the other dog hurt its leg. So a few years ago, they spent $5,000 to get this dog's leg operated on. Now the other leg, these are the hind legs. Now the other leg is bad, and the dog can't go anywhere, or do anything, or be moved, or travel, or anything. So when they would come to see us before, they'd bring the dogs. So now one of them if one of them wants to go somewhere, the other one has to stay home for the weekend and take care of the dog. So yeah, poor little thing.
That reminds me of we're gonna plug all of our guests on this episode, I guess. But Christy from Specs Eyewear Inc.
Oh yeah, she was great.
So she has a special, I don't want to call it like a sling, but it's a special thing that I think her dog was using, unless I'm getting guests mixed up. But yeah, so that's sad when the dogs are injured like that.
Yeah, well, and it's so funny because we have so many. Well, I don't want to say this. I guess I can say it like this. People in general, like people are walking around, they look perfectly fine, but like most people have something going on in their bodies that's not real pleasant, right? Yeah. And animals are probably the same way, but animals don't like to show pain, like especially cats do not like to show pain. And so you don't really know, but yeah. And we had someone on that said that they worked with people as a social worker, and the people will get medicine and treat their pets before they take care of themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So we do spoil our cats and take care of them. Yeah. I'll tell you, giving Max that medicine every day is, just got to do it. Well, you have to give your cats medicine, right?
Yeah, we switched it. I was giving, just out of convenience, it was easier, wake up, feed everybody, give Thor his pill. But we noticed that he was kind of hiding during the day and just kind of sleeping. So I looked up side effects, and it was drowsiness. So we switched it and we give it to him at night instead. So he's now out more during the day, which is great. But now I'm just working on balancing how to help him and the other cats be a little less crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's fall here now, and my cats, Lily has been spending the night outside. She sleeps on the screen porch, And I mean, I try to get her in before I go to bed, but she doesn't want to come in. So I guess I'll let her squeeze out the best, because I do think we're going to have a hard winter from everything I'm hearing.
Yeah, that we were going to talk about that too. I forgot to pull that one up about the animals giving us signs. I'll do it really quick. Talk about something while I'm looking.
Yeah, well, my daughter has brought this up to me. She said she's been going online, and people with animals that are, and the last guest we had was an animal intuitive, and she's like, people are really in tune with their animals, and she has lessons to help you be more in tune on her website. But anyway, my daughter said these people that are in tune with their animals, that live on farms and things, the animals' fur is growing thicker, and the animals are just behaving here in the Northeast like it's going to be a cold, snowy winter.
Yeah, and one of the things that I saw is that it says squirrels. If you see squirrels frantically gathering nuts and like going at it before the season's even hit, then that's a sign that we're supposed to have a harder winter. But it does say that it's according to folklore. So
yes. Well, I will say that Lily is shedding less. Of course, we are going into winter, and she does like to stay outside, so she does need her fur. But she was shedding a lot in the spring and summer, and now she's shedding much less.
It also says that spiders, caterpillars, and ladybugs, if they start to show up indoors, that means that they're predicting cold weather and they're trying to seek shelter.
Oh, my.
Somebody fact checked me. I'm literally just scrolling through Google right now.
I haven't seen that, but I don't know where she was looking. I think she was looking more like at farm animals.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure where that was. But, well, we're taping this in the middle of October.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see in a couple months if we were right or not. Right, Danielle?
Yeah. And I'm going to obsess over this now. Oh, here, I'll give you one more. Thick hair on the nape of a cow's neck means it's going to be a cold winter, according to the Farmer's Almanac.
Oh, I wonder if there have been thick-haired cow necks. Yeah, go do some nape checking. Danielle. Do you know anybody that owns a cow?
I actually do. In South Dakota. I'll call my friend. Yeah. Here we go. It says raccoons with thick tails and bright bands. Mice chewing furiously to get into your home. You should get a cat. Just saying.
Yeah.
I think that's enough for now.
Yeah.
No, one more. I don't know why I think this is so funny. Pigs gathering sticks. If you see pigs gathering sticks, it means it's going to be a cold winter.
Are they building a house so the wolf can't get them? Pigs gathering sticks? I didn't know pigs gathered sticks. Have you ever heard that before?
I have not.
Well, our last guest did say, her name was Mary Beth.
Mm-hmm.
She did say that there was somebody she knew that let the pig live in the house.
Yeah, we have a friend that had one, and I actually think they still do. But it didn't like, not that it didn't like me, but I was always barefoot and it would always go after my toes.
Ooh, yeah.
Pork chop was the pig's name.
Oh my gosh. Pork chop. That's so terrible.
Yeah, now I have to find out if it's still around. I don't remember.
Yeah, so these are some more animal myths, maybe, but maybe they're true. I mean, there is some truth to some of the old folklores and
well, if
like
anybody who's listening has real things that they look for or notice, cat or animal related, anything cool about cats, that'd be cool, obviously. But let us know and we'll share it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a fun one. We're going to be doing more of these where we just pick a topic, talk about some updates. If you guys want to be a guest, you know how to reach us. Anything you want to add?
Well, we love having guests, but we do love just talking about cat topics too. So, but yeah, if you do want to be
send your topics too.
Yeah, send your topics. And if you do want to be a guest, let us know. And the Facebook group, Danielle.
Yes, on Facebook, the Jersey Podcats community, which I might change to the Jersey Podcats podcast community, just because it's really fun to say, but also because I'm finding the internet autocorrects podcasts a lot to podcasts. Yeah. So I figure if we put both, it'll make it easier.
Right. So if you want to join, let us know. It is a private group, but we'll let you join as long as you love cats. And yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good one. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for listening. Let's keep the conversation going. Give this podcast a rating so other cat lovers can find it. Connect with the Jersey Podcats on social media or visit thejerseypodcats.com and leave a message sharing a story or question about cats. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next episode.